Jared Blevins here today with Mike Tuchscherer, as well as a bunch of other really cool people. We've joined forces to work on a project called EvolveAI. Mike, what's the most exciting part of being on this project?
We're going to get to work with lots of different people, from researchers to prominent coaches to top level athletes, and kind of put everybody's head together and try to figure out what's the best way to get people stronger.
Yeah, we've got Dr. Gooden here, PhD professor. We've got Kristen Dunsmore, a PhD candidate. We've got John Hack, we've got Andy Hong, some of the best athletes out there. It's gonna be a really fun day. Let's get to some training.
Let's do it. The front squat handles, design these, print them myself at home, and helps me to be able to front squat without bothering to develop the flexibility to front squat like a weightlifter.
Just the whole way that he conceptualizes training, the idea of really you're looking at an organism and how much stress it takes to have the adaptation you're looking for and what types of stress that particular organism is going to adapt to. I mean, when you're talking about a single at 8 versus a set of 5 at 9, that's such a narrow range within training stimulus, but like we all know how different that is as lifters, and have lifters that are great lifters that actually respond best to 5s to 8s to 10s, and should be including those all the way through their peaking. Just breaks all the normal rules of standard classic periodization models, but it absolutely works for some people. So that's where we want to have that ability for people to follow that trail of athlete response and really have an AI system that is adapting training in ways that no coach would necessarily plan, because it really is following that trail of athlete response.
I think it'd be interesting as like an untested lifter.
Yeah.
Like you said, the weakness is that you need it to be like kind of consistent, and being untested, obviously there's going to be a pretty big fluctuation in strength. So.
Yep,
for sure. Yeah, I feel like it's going to give more opportunity for those natural variations. We can have daily readiness, of course, to adjust sets and stuff, but that top set is like our final touch on the adjustment for the day.
Yeah.
And it gives you weekly benchmarks, outcomes, training outcomes.
Yeah, because you need to know when something's not working right, and you need to know as soon as you can so that you can try to change something. You've got to give. So doesn't mean you're hitting PR every week, but it means wherever you started that block from, you're adapting in the right direction for whatever the purpose of that block was. So. Like she was looking at depth.
Yeah, I should have moved, but I didn't. But if you don't have issues with it, then I wouldn't worry about it.
Never had a red lighted squat for depth ever.
I wouldn't worry about it.
rule for back offs. Can't be doing any of that volume. No. On a real note, just I found with my training, I respond really well to, less total volume, more targeted. I'll do more work with my accessory movements, but with the comp movements, I get really beat up my joints, especially like my elbows. I get really bad elbow tendonitis, so I'll do more volume throughout the week with belt squats, safety squat, bar squats. Even high bar is easier on my elbows than low bar. But that's basically how I get the volume for the week in, and I save the comp lifts to try to keep them as fresh as possible and focus on them a ton when I'm doing them, and that means not doing 10 sets or something like that.
I got done doing front squats. Next is actually incline bench if I can manage it, but front squats went pretty well. Switching off with Garrett is pretty fun. So if I can find an incline bench, I'll do that. If not, then we'll set up for some dip.
So on bench, I'm working up to a triple at 9. I'm going to try to do a triple at 7, triple at 8, triple at 9. And for bench, I try to do a little bit more, actual RPE. It seems like usually squat or deadlift, I end up undershooting by about 1 RPE to make sure I stay healthy. Bench, I can go a little bit harder on. So I'm going to try for maybe somewhere around the 190 range to start, then maybe 200 or 210, depending on how things feel. Probably stop there for today. It's weird being in the rack without, I'm so used to the unrack from the Rogue retractable monolith attachments. It's weird to have the bar path be in a different order. So, but still pretty good, but my bench seems to peak out about 5 weeks into a development block, whereas probably because I sandbag my squats and deadlifts so much, they continue on into week 6 or so. Gonna figure out how to time that up, hopefully by the time I get in my next meet and get everything to hit on the same day and be right.
A little slow, but sometimes bench gets better as I go a couple work sets in, so let's see.
So we're finished up for today at Convoy Strength. Had an amazing workout. Bunch of big deadlifts, squats, benches. Great time for us to get to meet each other. It's the first time we've all been together in person. Very excited to continue working together and to really make a system, an AI system that's going to be more than any one person could as we pull together world-class athletes, leading researchers, amazing coaches, and really create something that's going to be great for the lifting community overall. So check out EvolveAI when it comes out. It'll be available soon. Blessings.